The back end. Vicky, I liked winter time. Maybe it was the way the frost and icicles glinted in the winter sun. Or maybe it was 'cause her mother let her pour syrup on top of her porridge when the days grew cold. Or maybe it was 'cause she'd won a prize at the squeal for her rendition of Charles Murray's poem called Winter. Now that Caldriff winter's here, there's a pig in elke bed. Kindling's scarce and coals is dear, now that Caldriff winter's here. Doddy mittens we man wear, butter skites and winter spread. Now that Caldriff winter's here, there's a pig in elke bed. But Vicky didn't like the pig. I'm nae speaking about the grumpy out in the sty. Na. I'm meaning the steam bottle you put in your bed to keep you warm. Well, most folk would keep it in the bed, shifting to the coldest part of their body, down at their feet or cuddled in their belly. But Vicky used to wrap her jammies in the pig to warm them up, and then put it on the flare. She couldn't understand how anybody would want on hard thing inside them. Een nacht, her pig got muddled up with her brother's in. Hers had a reed string on, but somehow she'd taken the wrong een. Her brother wanted his own pig, and a bit of a stramash got up. Well, Vicky ended up flinging the pig recht at him. It smashed against the wall and splouted hot water all over her bed. She had to share her brother's bed though next. None of the two of them dare argue with her mother, especially when she was in sick and ill teen. In spite of the scowl, Vicky liked the snow. It was rare fun sledging down Kingsford Road. If it was icy and you got a real good run, you could end up at the copy veranda, clean across the road. Just as well there wasn't many cars in the go. At other times, she'd ging over to join in the sledging down Latchy. But she never get down to the Belty. She wasn't allowed to ging down there. But Vicky's favourite winter activity was curling. The maths teacher for the academy was a keen curler, and he had gotten a Boris bairns to join the club and compete for a cup. It was a grand way to spend a winter's evening once they got the hydro rigged up. On a frosty night with the lights on, the stars and the lights would glimmer in the frost. It was like a wee fairyland. It would beglammer you. Vicky could have gawked at sic a fairly for hours, but a time she couldn't keep her een off something else altogether. Buckles of the gentry folk did the curling, but they were just called by their first names the same as everybody else. Well, nearly. McLean fae Breda was cried Mr. Callum. He aye wore the kilt, and a time, it surely wasn't so frosty though next, the ice cracked, and he fell through, and his kilt was floating in the top of the water. Mijnen and Dawn brought a smile to Vicky's face only time she felt doolsome. But on a dreich winter's night there was nothing better than a west drive. She wasn't so keen on the beetle drives. For some folk, ladies of a certain age, she'd eens heard somebody say, would swack. They would draw on an extra leg. But Vicky liked the cards, and wasn't easy put off by some of the old buddies that got roused when you mocked a mistook. Her brother had eens been partner with a real pernickety wifey, and he'd laid the wrong keerdie. Well, she dealt him about it recht enough. But why not? She told everybody she sat with for the rest of the night. He never get back to another West Drive. At a squeal west, her dad helped a wee quine fa was just learning how to play. And a dour all money fell out in him, and tell't him Don wasn't the done thing. He never got back either. Nee meter fu muckle her mither priget. Even the fine fly at the end of the night was nae wise to get her man back to another west. It was the fly cup that Vicky liked most about her drive. She liked to gawk about at all the fancy embroidered tablecloths and cake stands. It was even more serious than the cards. Fa would hae the most fancy spread. Looking back on it now, Vicky thinks it's nae just the weather that's changed.